That was not...
Especially since they were going to be part of my daughter's life, because these two were supposed to be together.
No. I'm telling you, you're supposed to be the smart people. You're supposed to be the adult. He comes to your house. Hey, he comes to your house. He's on drugs. He goes off for a month to hopefully sober him up. He comes back. Then he leaves again. They have a... I mean, don't you get the whole scenario? Well, you just said to me he kidnapped his other two children. Well, when did you find that out? Put your hand down. When did you find that out?
Not until after these two had broken up.
How did you find out that...
My daughter told me. She said...
Oh, so just a second. So she knew?
Apparently she did, yes.
And she didn't tell you?
No, she did not.
There you go.
You know, children...
Do you understand why you don't let a 21-year-old's boyfriend with 2 children, no job, who's on drugs, move into your house?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
They were evicted from 2 apartments within 5 months because he was too busy shooting up heroin than to pay his bills.
Robinson, do you think that this is making you sound any better, sir?
And later today...
How drunk were you?
I was intoxicated. I was not completely belligerent.
You were drunk?
Yes.
That I sort of figured out from both reading this and listening to your nonsense just now.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. James and Frances Robinson say the father of their grandchild, Justin Sherbrill, owes for impound fees, unpaid bills, and car expenses. Justin is countersuing for the return of his property.
Now, if you want money from him, you're going to wait in line. The state of Ohio wants thousands from him. That's what they're giving him in food assistance for his children, $661 a month.
$518.
$518 a month. And they want thousands from him. They're ahead of you.
I understand.
Because they don't have a choice. You did.
Yes, Your Honor, I did have a choice.
We didn't know he was on drugs at the time.
Right.
Could depend on it, sir.
Okay.
Where did you work last week?
And later today...
How was that case resolved, Mr. Lindsay?
I served my time for the...
You pled guilty.
And I served my time for the probation, and it was all dismissed.
You pled guilty. Answer is yes.
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ashley Lewis claims former friend Chris Chips bounced a check he wrote to her and refuses to make good on it.
I would almost pay them to do this job.
I have retrieved the license.
Bird, would you get me his license, please?
Certainly.
Might I say again that was...
No, I don't want you to say anything.
December 06.
Here we go. I can almost read this. Chris Chips. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. This doesn't look anything like what you signed here in this answer.
Like I said this morning, I was in a hurry when I was writing it.
Were you in a hurry when you were writing this?
Yeah, I was excited. I was like, I got my license. I wanted to go whip my car around.
Take out the rest of the items in your wallet. Bird, get his wallet for me, would you please?
I don't know if I have it.
Just get his wallet for me. I don't want him to.
I have
just get his wallet.
$200 in there, Miss Judy.
Blue Cross Blue Shield doesn't usually have it, right? Chase.
Take a 20
So he chooses not to sign this. So this you didn't sign. You should always sign your bank card, sir. Okay. You got 30 seconds, Christopher.
Tell you my side of the story?
30
seconds. All right. It was December 08. I was working as an automotive technician at a small independent shop in Washington, or in Auburn, where we live. And I got laid off at the end of December, and that's when Ashley came up to...
That sound familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
How come you didn't tell me that?
I don't have those text messages that I sent out.
How come you didn't tell me that you told him after those vicious text messages, how come you didn't tell me that you invited him to come down to the bowling alley? Did you just forget about that?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Did you think that it was information that I wouldn't want to have, sir?
No, ma'am.
So now you tell me what happened when he came down to the bowling alley, because he was dumb enough to go down there.
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's an idiot, and you're an idiot, and he's an idiot, and she's an idiot. And I didn't do 10 years of post-high school education to deal with 4 idiots.
And later today...
And what date were you divorced?
When was our final?
Our divorce was final November 16th, 2009.
Women know those things. Sometimes it's the most liberating date in their life.
Yes, it was.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Quadra says former friend Stephen Raymond attacked him at a bowling alley after an argument about their wives. Stephen is countersuing for harassment and assault.
What happened when he got there, sir?
He showed up to the bowling alley. My sister-in-law and her mother were outside. He sent me a text message saying, you send your out to do your recon work. So I walked outside. As I walked outside...
Just a second. I'm just looking for that text message here.
Yeah.
It's not here.
I'll show you. Here it is, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it. Can you please show me his response to that, if any?
You won't be able to get that on the phone.
Oh, you can't get that on the phone. You can only get one way. Is that right?
Correct.
I don't know.
That hasn't been mine.
She could do.
Get over it.
I am over it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She has 7 years babysitting experience.
Not nanny, babysitting.
She told us she could handle the job as a nanny.
You waited a long time to have this baby?
Yeah.
Waited a long time to have a family? Maybe you should have waited a little further.
And later today,
Tell me when you took the money out of his piggy bank.
I needed some cash. I figured I paid child support. It's my money anyway, so I took it.
You're an idiot.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Not maybe.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Babysitter Cynthia Bell says former employers Lisa Costa and Joseph Dudenhofer fired her while she was working for them overseas. The defendants are countersuing for her trip expenses.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 19.
When was the last time you had a full-time job?
Never. I'm a student.
Never?
Yeah.
So you have a 19-year-old who has never held a full-time job. When was the last time you held a part-time job?
Spring 2009. I go to school at Seton Hall University.
Just tell me what you did.
Oh, I was work study. So I worked at Seton Hall University in the history department, part-time.
I'm not counting that. Tell me when you had a real job.
Okay, well, before I went to college, I worked at Starbucks.
All part of a resume that doesn't suggest to me any history in childcare. Being a barista, is that what they call it at Starbucks?
Yes.
Is that good? Being a barista at Starbucks doesn't prepare her to take care of your child.
Right.
Work study at Seton Hall University doesn't prepare her to take care of your 2-year-old. The only thing is, she's a warm body. And maybe she has some cousins that she takes care of. Period.
Your Honor. Sorry.
Did you take a course in being a nanny?
No, ma'am.
No. And you never were a full-time nanny before?
No, ma'am.
She had no experience